as we get ready for another exciting day of SEC women's basketball. We're underway in Starkville. And Mississippi State
sign right here too. Annie Hayes, number 0, able to start the game. She did not play last game, so it's good to see her back in the lineup.
Sat out for personal reasons in the last game. A little rusty on that opening pass, but she, a lot like Maddie Shear, does so many things for Mississippi State. Very versatile in her own right. Here's the starting 5 for Kentucky. This starting 5 has been 6-6 over the last 12 games. Kentucky just getting that first SEC win last Sunday at Florida. Shot in the corner from Benton off the mark, and the rebound run down by Hayes. For Mississippi State, as Jordan misses that attempt, Hayes, Smith, Jordan, Carter, and Poe. So Hayes back in the lineup as a starter.
Try to keep Kentucky on their heels, so you'll see a little bit of zone, you'll see a little bit of man, you'll see the switch up, and honestly, both teams play a lot very similar.
Carter gets the first bucket for Mississippi State. That's the most likely spot you go when you need a basket.
Well, definitely want to play inside out, and Jessica Carter is a great player. When you get the ball inside, you know what she's going to do. She's going to make something good happen for this Mississippi State team. Walker
knocks down a 3 from the right side. Jada Walker, who is in her first season as a go-to player for Kyra Elsie. Last year was not in that role. Neither was Robin Benton, for that matter.
Yeah, but Jada Walker, you got to love watching her play. She's kind of like that Energizer bunny that just never stopped. I love watching her as a freshman, and this year she continues to impress.
Carter, nice pass. What a pass from Carter into Jordan for the easy layup. Carter, excellent passing post player. See so many of those in the SEC.
For this Mississippi State team, I think that's one thing you always learn about playing and trying to get your opponent off their heels. You got to find ways to get the solid players on the bench.
Walker 2 for 2 behind the three-point line, and she's got all Kentucky's points. Oh, intercepted. Robin Benton stepped in that passing lane and picked it off. Benton got the screen straight down the lane.
In previous games.
Yeah, she had 29 points, but 17 of those came in the fourth quarter. And I love the end of the game when she was making those free throws. And yeah, no Ryan Howard this year for Kentucky. They had so much to replace off that championship team. In the lane, and Jordan gets the home court roll. That ends an 8-2 run by Kentucky.
Yeah, I love watching Jordan play. I mean, she is, even the last couple of years, just watching her, and she's been one of those players that's had to play for different coaches while remaining in this Mississippi State program, and has just done a phenomenal job. Maddie Shear will take it and get an opportunity to get an and one on the line.
And here's another look.
Just so smooth. Had a couple of drives like that and just makes it look so easy.
Shear's free throw gets the roll. 2 fouls on Alana Smith now for Mississippi State. Streaking through the lane. It won't go down. Carter got the rebound. Is it an and one? Let's see. I believe it is. Foul was on Adeyeye. She heads to the bench, and Jessica Carter will go to the line, coming off her 8th double-double of the year against Auburn. Misses that free throw. Kentucky still with the lead here in this opening quarter. A lot of people wanted to see how they'd respond after getting that first win. Kyra Elsie said it was just so refreshing to finally allow them to feel a win in SEC play last weekend. It's a young team and a lot of newcomers.
Yeah, that's one thing to listen to Robin Benton talk in an interview she did. She said just getting a win, and they get the 3 at the buzzer. A player like Cambridge steps in. Adeyeye, another player that she spoke very highly of.
Carter backing down. Free throw line jumper. Offensive rebound pulled out of there by Weber. Hayes gathers it. Both teams going pretty far into the bench in this opening quarter. Turnover as that pass by Poe just out of Carter's reach.
Yeah, Benton came ready to play, and I think, one of the things you look at is after being close in so many games and not being able to come out with the win, Benton basically put it all on her shoulders, between her and Jada Walker. Maddie Shear had a good game. Benton gets that to knock down, but that is something that she has talked about, is like, we needed to get that win. Mississippi State, yet another turnover.
Benton with the steal. Nice pass from Shear. And the bank goes in by Cambridge. Mississippi State just needs to score.
I think right now, just take care of the ball. Kentucky down a 7-0 run, and Mississippi State's made a lot of mistakes.
Charlotte Cole checked in. She's defending right now, was guarding Petty. Very few have for Mississippi State so far. Cambridge inbounds it. Green had it partially blocked, and that will end the first quarter. Well, Kentucky continuing the momentum.
It's just been raining threes for Kentucky.
Well, right out of the opening seconds, Mississippi State scores. That was Jordan scoring on a three. So, believe it or not, that was the first three-pointer Mississippi State's made today. Shear will try to answer, and does. Mississippi State ball. Carter back in the game now. Did not take her long to get in, and Hayes on the drive off the glass. Good. Imani Parker, 23 in white, who is listed as day today. She came with Coach Purcell from Louisville. She's in the game now for the first time today. She continues to try to find the right formula. Yeah, Hayes is a 2,000-point scorer. And then this year, taking on the role of being the primary passer. Benton steps back for three. Oh, yeah, at the buzzer.
So Kentucky has hit 2 threes at the buzzer with the clock winding down. Mississippi State not able to finish the shot clock possession. 30 seconds. You got to play hard all 30 seconds, and Kentucky does a great job of finishing. Good job, Robin Benton.
Kentucky maintaining the lead. This is actually the largest lead they've had today. 9 right now. 11. And off the glass, now it's a 9-point lead. Good post-up move inside by Debrecia Poe.
Well, Poe using her height, getting down low. Jada Walker on her.
Kentucky doesn't answer. A chance for Mississippi State to cut into the deficit. So Debrecia Poe's only missed 3 free throws all season. All access pass to the Kentucky women's basketball team at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, followed by the South Carolina men's team. You'll get never-before-seen footage and sounds from players and coaches. It's a real behind-the-scenes look right here on the SEC Network and the app. Walker sees some daylight and throws it in.
Anytime you see her, you kind of get scared if you're down there, just because she's so good at timing her blocks, not able to get that one.
Mississippi State looking a lot better here in the second quarter, but have a lot of ground to cover to overcome this Kentucky lead. But they are, I'd say, playing much better here in the second quarter in front of this electric crowd in the hump. Nice second effort by Weber.
Weber gets her own miss, follows the shot. Robin Benton does not box out, and that's what you got to do. You got to go after the shot. When you take it, go in, get the rebound, offensive rebound, and a great finish.
The fan base coming alive here in the hump. Kentucky had held Mississippi State until now, and now Mississippi State has got the crowd involved behind them. Benton with a steal. Up the floor quickly to Shear. Shear draws contact and one. And the foul will go against Parker. Kentucky's Miss Basketball in 2020. Kyra Elsie has 2 former Miss Basketballs from the state of Kentucky on her roster this year. 9-point Kentucky lead. This Mississippi State team pushed South Carolina, one of the few teams to do that this year. Poe for three, off the mark. Carter with a rebound. Nice look inside to find the open Parker. Walker got the screen. Good D. Good switch by Mississippi State. Cambridge in the lane and traveled before she put the shot up. Got a good game here to start our full day of coverage here on the SEC Network. Good D by Kentucky. Mississippi State breaks the press.
Trying to give another look. Let's go back full court defense into the half court 2-3 and see what Mississippi State can do.
This offense by Mississippi State, coach calls it a mashup between the Princeton offense and dribble drive. There's a three. So pure by Asian A. Johnson.
Well, if you want somebody to step up and shoot, Johnson, great job.
Shear was looking for the opening, found it. 9 points, the leading scorer in the game for Kentucky. Tuesday night doubleheader next week. They'll host Kentucky at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Commodores 9-9, 2-3 in the SEC. It's an important game. It's been a tale of two halves in terms of the turnovers. It's been Kentucky turning it over more often than not here in the second quarter. Three is on the mark for Debrisha Poe, and Mississippi State getting closer and closer. Down three now.
Well, Poe, just a freshman, and when you make shots like that, she doesn't play like a freshman, let me just say that. She kind of stepped up, and you could tell right when the ball left her hand, it was going in.
6 points for Poe. Final seconds of the second quarter. A lot to talk about at halftime for both these teams. Johnson looking to push it up the floor. Finds Carter. Jordan lost it. And a foul called with under a second left to play in the quarter. Cambridge is going to go to the free throw line. I mentioned all her family ties, her brothers and sisters. She's also cousins with the Hayes sisters of Mississippi State. 4 of 8 this year from the free throw line. She's not been on the line much. Finalist for Tennessee Miss Basketball last year. So a good end to the half for Kentucky. And they needed those 2 free throws. It pads the score a little bit. Kentucky leads by 5.
Both teams, the defensive focus has been emphasis, and that's why you look at the score and turnovers and just how they've had to adjust.
Smith on the drive, opening shot of the third quarter. Her third attempt doesn't quite go down. An offensive rebound by Poe. And into Carter for the easy layup. And Mississippi State did dominate the boards in the first half. Walker and Benton, the go-to players this year for Kentucky. But now I think we can start to add Shear into that category as well. Benton, nice look from Shear. And it goes out of bounds. It's going to Mississippi State.
Yeah, we had a good time. Walker, I think, got called for that foul. That'll be her second.
Second on Walker. Going to throw it in front of the bench now.
You know, we talked about this earlier when we were just getting in. And Anastasia Hayes, great cut to the basket. Nobody underneath the basket, and she gets a wide open look. Jada Walker on her back. But the energy, you can feel the energy from the crowd. We were talking about it before the game, like, where are all the fans? I said, we still have 45 minutes before the game started, and they filled in. That was something that Coach Purcell talked about in the win against Auburn. The fans showed up, the student section, the energy was there, and you can sense it right now.
Yeah, women's basketball so embraced by the Starkville community. Hayes on the drive, and for the first time since 4-3, Mississippi State leads this basketball game.
I think sometimes when you look at players and you look at scoring production, she scored 18 points. Jessica Carter comes off with the steal. Let's see if she can finish, and she does. But she's showing a different element of her game and the assist that she's had and just being able to lead this team to victory.
Mississippi State in the midst of an 8-0 run right now as they have overcome Kentucky's one-time largest lead. And And the foul on that play by Hayes. Kentucky led 24-13 at one point in this game as Hayes steps up to the line. And this is a player that's had 2,000 points, 500 rebounds, and 400 assists. That puts her in some rare air. And Kentucky with a chance. Benton leading the break. Up to Shear. Shear. Carter thought she had a block. Let's see.
Maddie Shear tried to sneak in. Robin Benton right there. And the body.
Left hand. Yeah. Can't hold him down with one arm, though. Enjoying that a little bit. Carter with 2 fouls. Up the floor, look, that was dangerous and a travel as Hayes bobbled it.
When you look at just even the turnovers for Mississippi State, they had a lot of unforced errors in the first half, and that sitting at 14 turnovers as the team right now.
They average 16 a game. That's in all games this year. Walker looking for the opening, got a quick screen, finds Green. Green for 3. Had a hand in her face. Shear with the offensive rebound and one. Fans are livid because they thought Shear went over the back.
I love Maddie Shear. She is always moving, always trying to find a way to impact her team, and goes right over the back of Annie Hayes. But able to get the ball in, get to the free throw line. That's a foul on Poe.
First foul on Poe. And
Petty trying to keep Carter from being able to post up super low on the block.
And another foul on Petty.
To get back and get behind or get in front, whatever the defensive position is. Getting the ball in the places that she needs. The free throw line, she can knock down those shots. For the most part, have done a good job not allowing it to be a one-on-one coverage. But you're right, it's a hard assignment.
Carter now with 10 points. The lead is 2 for Mississippi State. Benton ties the score.
I think this is going to be back and forth for quite a while. And look at the last game, Mississippi State against Auburn. They pulled away in that fourth quarter and just were phenomenal.
Good look inside by Carter to Jordan. Jordan unable to get it to go down, and Kentucky will get the ball back. Shear over to Green. Green fakes the 3. Kentucky's made 5 threes today, but they were all in the first half. Good look. Benton, she'll drive and score.
Well, I think she's definitely trying to find her place in the space within the flow of the offense. Done a great job not forcing anything to happen, but really trying to play within that flow.
Benton is one of those players you want to have the ball when it's tight. Good look inside to Carter. Rebound by Poe.
That's a good defensive possession by Mississippi State.
Crowd into it on that defensive end when Mississippi State's on defense. And Hayes just trying to dribble through traffic. Finally gets a foul called. Hayes looking to go into double digits if she can make these.
Well, Hayes has been not just perfect from the line, 3 for 3 field goals. And we saw a couple of her layups, able to get the finish. So now sitting with 10 points.
Hayes and Carter in double digits, and they've scored all of Mississippi State's points here in the third quarter. Benton gets stopped, picked up her dribble, bailed out by Walker. Quick shot by Green. Oh, how did that go in?
I think for her, being a shooter, when she gets her eyes on the basket, it's pretty much going in.
We're tied at 44. And Mississippi State continues to dominate the boards, but there's a steal by Shear. Gets it to Walker for the easy layup.
2 against 1. Space out the floor, attract the defender, and then make that dish pass.
Kentucky, an elite team when it comes to steals. Smith over Shear, gets it, and we're tied at 46. Well, so much on the line for these two teams. Mississippi State trying to protect that spot in the NCAA tournament, and Kentucky trying to get going here after picking up that first win at Florida last Sunday. All these players in new roles finally coming together for Kyra Elsie. Petty rifles it across to Walker, but it's too hot to handle. Petty going to the bench. Under 2 to play in the third quarter. We're tied at 46. Hayes slips, and Shear gets called for the foul. So Hayes 10 points, 3 rebounds, a steal, and now adds to the point total.
Here's another look at the play, and she slips.
So Mississippi State retakes the lead. We've had 8 lead changes in this game, 5 ties. Shear with a backdoor cut, open for the jumper. And the rebound wrestled away by Weber. Smith. Bulldogs up 4.
Yeah, that transition game for Mississippi State, when they get rolling, they are hard to stop.
A 6-0 run for Mississippi State here at home. Benton against Carter. Benton on the free throw line. Benton with 11 points today and missed a free throw. That's the first free throw she's missed. Final 30 seconds here in the third quarter. Less than a second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. In theory, Mississippi State could hold it for one if they choose. Under 10. Johnson trying to get loose, puts up the jumper. And a foul with 2.6 seconds left.
Jada knew it was her going to the free throw line.
First free throws Walker's shot today, 81% for the season. Had 19 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 assists in that win last weekend. Makes the second, and Kentucky within 2. Final play of the third quarter. Mississippi State trying to get a shot off. They do, and the bank just missed by Weber. So we've completed 3 quarters, and take a pause, grab a drink, do whatever you need to do.
It is the caregivers, the families, so they do a lot. Yeah, Weber's been solid today. She's got 2 points, but the rebound at the right time. Only 4 rebounds right now, but just so consistent. And Jessica Carter down low makes that number 32 for Mississippi State. They got 32 points in the paint. Mississippi State, when they make a big play, they celebrate, and Kentucky just drives right up their back.
So she tends to shine in the most important moments. Look for her to have a good end of game here as well. Smith stops, misses the shot. Shear gets the rebound. Good defensive play by Parker to slow her down. Walker probing into the lane. Layup is good. And Kentucky now up by 3.
Walker, a.k.a. I'm going to call her Mighty Mouse, because I feel like she is always in there. She just does a great job of finding the little spaces in the hole.
Oh, that was fortunate that she lost the ball behind her, because when she went to get it, she was open. Weber at the line.
And here's Sam, you were right. Just she loses the ball, able to go up. Maddie Shear just one arm down, gets her on the arm.
Kentucky being very deliberate on this possession. Shot clock under 10. Now down to 5. Walker launches, scores!
Great job using the clock, finding the open look. Jada Walker comes off that screen and wide open.
Her third 3 of the day, had 2 in the first quarter. Carter backing it down and scoring at will.
Yeah, Jessica Carter one-on-one coverage. Very hard to guard one-on-one.
Shear misses the layup, gets her own miss. So Kentucky will get another full possession. Green's going to launch it. And another 3! Wow!
And, we talked about this earlier. Coach Kelsey talking about leaving her hand straight up. And Nia Leverett, left arm comes down. Jessica Carter's going back to the free throw line.
Gets the roll. Shear over to Walker. Quick three off the front of the rim, and the rebound taken by the Bulldogs. Poe grabbed it. So now Mississippi State going to get into their half-court set. Johnson all the way through the lane, and a late whistle. Shear and Walker were both in the vicinity. Both of them look upset, so let's see who it's going to be on. It's going to be on Shear, and that's her third. Asian A. Johnson on the free throw line now. It's that last foul.
A little disbelief right there,
to say the least. And that was a good job by Walker, too, to get that call. Benton gets switched out on by Poe. No one there. Johnson leading the break. Up the floor. Layup is good by Parker. Bulldogs on a 7-0 run, and fans wanted an offensive foul.
Last 4 minutes, 4:43 is going to be a roller coaster ride.
So Walker on the line makes the first, and we're tied at 63. Jada Walker.
Benton, Jada Walker, and Maddie Shear both in double figures today and playing great.
Smith breaks the tie with a three.
Alana Smith stepped into that. Both teams have had players step up at key points and knock down some really good shots.
Benton taking Carter.
0 and number 4 for Mississippi State right now. Both sitting with 4 fouls, so you're going to attack them. And then, of course, on the Kentucky side, Maddie Shear.
With Carter, one of the premier players in the conference, on the bench with under 4 to play. Bulldogs up 1. Cole inside, gets the layup. She is a crowd favorite.
I love when we get to go down to the hump, because she's just always smiling.
And Walker continues to do damage at the free throw line. 14 of 16. That'll make any coach proud. Kentucky's actually scored their last 6 points from the line. What a start to a full day of basketball here in the SEC.
40 out of their 68 in the paint, so their game plan had been to attack the basket.
Approach the final 3 minutes. These free throws continue to go in for both teams. No advantage for either so far. Shear back in the game for Kentucky. Remember, she's in foul trouble as well, number 22 in blue. She's actually in the corner calling for the ball. Benton can't get it to her. Shot clock down to 10. Benton drives on Cole and draws another foul. So Benton is trying to take on the Mississippi State post players.
Build that space, knock down that bucket.
Continues to add to her point total and keep Kentucky close. 7 of 8 from the free throw line. One of the few free throws missed today. It's a 2-point game with 2:45 to play. Hayes backs it out. Possession arrow belongs to Mississippi State right now. Hayes drives, missed the layup. Carter with the offensive rebound and stick back.
Jessica Carter just working around the basket. She knows the space to go in, and Jada Walker takes it in, not able to finish.
Hayes. And Shear wrestles the rebound away, lead the break. Shear will keep it. Neither team able to score in transition on those last 2 possessions. And a timeout taken by Mississippi State. Coach is working hard today. Under 2 minutes to play. Smith Down the lane, nice look to Hayes.
You can feel the energy right now. Mississippi State, the fans came ready today. They have been good all day.
Benton got position and nailed it.
Mississippi State has scored last few possessions or got to the free throw line.
Both teams in the bonus. Smith driving baseline, lost it for a moment, got it back. Under a minute to play. Shot off the mark. Carter close to getting her fifth foul, not called. Benton pulls, knocks it down. It's a two-point game. Kentucky must get a stop.
Yeah, Mississippi State got to settle down into their offense. They got a couple of really good looks. They got to go back to that. Of course, Kentucky got to get those stops.
Carter with a pass taken away by Shear. Her fifth steal. Shear bumps into Carter. Offensive foul. That is courage.
Unbelievable right there. Both players with 5 fouls. Jessica Carter puts her body in the line. Maddie Shear runs through her. And she will get called for a fifth foul.
So Shear fouls out. It was going to be one or the other. And that is a fantastic defensive play.
Move the ball, try not to get fouled or get to that free throw line.
Smith to inbound it. Can she get it in? Yes, to Carter. Gets it right back. Smith down the lane, scores.
Set a screen, do you take a drive to the basket? I think there's a lot of different options, but whatever it is, you got to score fast.
Benton will inbound it on her end. Gets it into Green. Benton takes it right back. Benton behind her back, forces the shot up. It's good. 2-point game with 15.3 to play. 15.3 to play. Mississippi State will inbound it on their end of the floor as well, trying to protect the 2-point lead. Smith trying to throw it in. Benton in her face. And a timeout taken by Mississippi State. Mississippi State has the 2-point lead with 15.3 to play. Smith will try one more time. Intercepted by Walker. Kentucky can tie or take the lead. Walker goes for the tie, and we're tied at 76, 8.3 to play. Mississippi State has to bring it the length of the floor. Hayes will try to win the game. And a foul is called with 3.2 seconds left.
Then Annie Hayes, you see Cambridge comes over.
Actually, Tamika, the foul was called on Benton after all is said and done. That is her fourth. Anastasia Hayes, one of the top players in the SEC. Looked like we were headed for overtime. Hayes today from the free throw line, 8 of 8.
Kentucky has 2 timeouts left. Mississippi State with none.
Hayes makes the second. Kentucky takes timeout. They use one of their last 2. 3.2 seconds left. Kentucky with a chance to win the game. Green gets it to Benton. Benton. And Mississippi State hangs on. What a finish.